I would have very much liked that I associated with you during a meeting that was more real than virtual, but I think the problems of COVID have deprived us of that opportunity. We are trying to adjust to these new realities. My profound thanks are to Sri Balakrishnan and Kumari Nivedita ji for inviting me for this webinar and giving me this opportunity to be here with you. It's a very special occasion. It's a very special occasion because this is part of a year-long celebrations being carried out by the Vivekananda Kendra to celebrate the completion of Vivekananda Rock Memorial and also and also highlighting the important milestone in the activities of the Vivekananda Kendra. Friends, today's subject is of very special importance to me. Actually, I had the occasion of being associated with the Northeast. In early years of my career, in the early 70s, almost about half a century back, I had the occasion of serving in that region for 7 years. It was a great opportunity for me. I became a witness to see many developments there, the insurgencies, the peace talks with the Mizo Accord, merger of Sikkim, and so many other events which gave me a certain insight and a certain understanding of the region. It was very, very eventful 7 years of my life. The fact that, and after I had completed my career, sometimes in 2006, or late 2006 or early 2007, I got associated with Vivekananda Kendra. And nearly for 7 years, I remained associated with Vivekananda Kendra. And from 2009, when Vivekananda International Foundation was formally launched, I was grateful that Vivekananda Kendra decided to give me an opportunity to work in that organization. And I worked with that organization for from 2009 to 2014. It could just be a coincidence or it could be a providence that both the Northeast and the Vivekananda Kendra synchronized with my lifespan, one at the beginning, another at the end. It also is a good coincidence that Vivekananda Kendra moved into the Northeast almost at the same time. I reiterated earlier. They had been serving there from 1974 and doing a great service to the people of that region. But I had the occasion of being there almost at the same time. So our journey had been co-travelers. My days with the Vivekananda Kendra and the Vivekananda International Foundation were very memorable and eventful years of my career. I learned a lot. I learned a lot from close association with stalwarts of the Vivekananda Kendra, like late माननीय श्री परमेश्वरन जी, आदरणीय बालकृष्ण जी, आदरणीय गुरुमूर्ति जी, कुमारी निवेदिता ji, and many others with whom I had the occasion to interact and work with. It was a very unique experience for me to see the sense of dedication, selfless sacrifice, organizing capability, and the leadership qualities to motivate the people and bring them together on a common platform and give them a cause for life. They are able to imbue the spirit that Swami Vivekananda wanted every Indian to be charged with. The number of people, not the number of people that they have been able to motivate, and not only in the national mainstream, but also in far-flung and difficult areas. So for this commendable job, I think they need to be complimented. But personally, I feel that for me it had been a very happy experience to see such outstanding people doing such outstanding work. Well, friends, I don't have to emphasize the importance of Northeast. In our Hindu tradition, out of the eight directions, the most sacred and auspicious is the direction of Northeast. It is associated with Lord Shiva. It is something which symbolizes goodness, prosperity, virtues, spirituality in life. A nation is also like a house. Just like in Vastu, the northeast part of a house is very important. Similarly, in the nations, the same. The northeast direction is always important. That is what I strongly believe. So our northeast has got to be seen by us as something which is the Ishan cone of our Vastu, of our national Vastu. It is a very unique and special part of India where there are a lot of opportunities, there are a lot of challenges, and there's a lot of work that needs to be done. As you are aware, Southeast Asia is one of the fastest growing regions of the world in terms of its economy. New opportunities in that area are coming up. Our connectivity with the Southeast Asia has not been very high. If we look at India's map, then actually calling India a South Asian country is not very correct. If we take the midline that passes through Allahabad and Chennai on the this thing of this, we find that many of the East Asian states are nearer to us, or this than probably the more remote on the west. So we are as much as Southeast Asian countries. We share the common maritime border with them. We share a heritage and historical links with them. We share a lot of economic and developmental problems with them, which are almost common. And so the interaction between Southeast Asia and India is going to be something which is going to be of a great importance in times ahead. Now that the government of India in the last 6 years have made a lot of efforts to develop the connectivity between Southeast Asia, that we can move and we can travel, we can go by road from here to Myanmar, to Thailand, to Cambodia, and further, maybe up to Vietnam after some time. So that will open up the entire this thing. It also connects us to the Buddhist pilgrimage, the Buddhists who have been there, and Northeast will be the region which will be the biggest beneficiary of this. This region also is endowed with very rich forest wealth, mineral wealth, and many of the nature's biodiversity, which makes it very unique in our nation. But I think the most important part of the Northeast region is its unique human resource. The people living in this region are simple, God fearing, hardworking, highly reliable, and great innovators. They have got the great capacity to survive amongst the vagaries and the difficulties of the nature. It is the hope and it is the feeling that I very strongly would like to share with you that people of this region would be able to contribute to this country's future in a very great way in the times ahead. Unfortunately, there were certain developments by which this region could not contribute or come into the national mainstream the way it potentially could have. To begin with, we started with some problems of law and order, security, with the insurgencies almost starting as early as we got the independence. And these insurgent groups brought the people in contact with only two sets of people. One was the soldier, and another was the moneylender. That is the only people, that's the only Indians that they saw, that they saw. It's a Vivekananda Kendra people were, I think, one of the first who have moved in that area and worked with the people in their schools, in their homes, in their providing medical facilities to them and providing all the help whatever could be in providing them the right type of guidances. This setting of Northeast, it's a huge landmass. It's a 262,000 square kilometers of land. Its geographical expanse is bigger than Bangladesh. And you'll be surprised to know that there are 120 countries in the world whose area is less than that of the Northeast. And not only that, it has got a large area, it has got a very rich area. An area rich in forests, rich in mineral wealth, rich in biodiversity, rich in flora and fauna, rich in the wildlife, rich in tourist destinations, which if properly developed. It has got the places with the highest rainfall, the rain-fed jungles, and others which I think can all be of great importance. In its setting also are some unique features, like it has got a long border of what 5,160 kilometers of a border. But out of that, 5,143 kilometers border is with the foreign countries. It is only 27 kilometers border that is with India. This 0.5% connectivity with India, what we call as the chicken neck, adds to the security vulnerability of this region. We have got on the north of this region China, with which we have got nearly 1,300 kilometers long border, and which we have got an undemarcated border with that country, which often is a matter of great security problem for us. But besides that, we have got problems of drug trading from the Golden Crescent, from the Golden Triangle. We have got a problem of insurgencies, gun running, smuggling, human trafficking, and a host of these problems which add to the security vulnerability of this area. Now, this presents a great challenge, and we have to find right solutions for this thing. The another problem of the area has been that its terrain has been mountainous and rugged, with very limited means of transport and communication, with 84% of its population living in far-flung hamlets and villages, which are not connected by road, electricity, means of communication, has created a certain amount of a gap between the national mainstream and the people. Due to lack of this connectivity, this lack of communications, lack of transport, the rate of developmental growth in this region would also not be as fast. The human resource development also got slowed down. And it was all compounded by the fact because of the bad security situation. Fortunately, in last few years, commendable progress has been made in dealing with these problems. Today, the insurgency is a very, very small segment of what was our legacy. The figures, if I may say, we had the number of violent incidents during last 6 years have become less than 20% than what they existed in 2014. It's a matter of satisfaction that in this period there has been 89% reduction in civilian deaths and injured. So almost, and in most of the states now, the security situation has considerably improved. With a large number of insurgent groups, either the peace talks have been held and closed successfully, or they are in advanced stage of negotiations. So we are sure that this area will become once again a very peaceful area that will fast that will give a new impetus and speed to the progress and development of this area. It was also a matter of great satisfaction that the NRC was carried out in Assam successfully without any major incident. It was a very commendable effort that despite some propaganda that was carried out to create disaffection amongst the people were able to understand it, and the people, the same, of cutting across the communities, cutting across the same. That is, there was understanding about the governments, both about its intentions and its capabilities to see that no innocent person would be harassed. Unfortunately, the people in rest of India has got the perceptions about Northeast in terms of its security problems, or the connectivity, or the natural resources, or from a developmental perspective of late. But what is one element that probably they are not very well informed is about the people, and that I discussed just now. That is, the most important asset of all this area is its people. They have got people of great values, the people with great promise. The people who probably there for us there's plenty to learn. The status of women in the society, the collective living, the discipline of the communes and the villages that they live, the respect they give to their elders in form of the Gauburas and village headmen and the tribal chiefs and others. So it's a very homogeneous society. It is a society, despite the tribal differences and others. But within the tribe, there are very, very strong fraternal feelings, and they are very warm, fun-loving people. Now, despite all that, there had been certain influences on the minds of these simple people by which they could not join the national mainstream, in which they have stayed behind what the uh, what should have happened otherwise to them. I'm very happy that Vivekananda Kendra has been focusing on this aspect of the Northeast, the aspect concerning the development of human resources, the development of human beings in this area. They have done a great work in that in last 46 years. They have in the field of education, they are running 69 educational institutions from primary to the college education, including some BEd and nursing colleges, etc. They have also been working in the field of hospitals. They are having 230 Anandalayas for the tea garden children. They have been carrying out the rural development work and agricultural activities in these rural areas. In the health sectors, two hospitals, mobile medical vans, nutritious food, periodical medical camps had been carried out, and they had been in a very assiduous and a quiet manner and in a very sustained way carrying the message of the life and thoughts of Swami Vivekananda ji to the people through youth camps, yoga activities, etc. It has done a tremendous good to the people and their thinking about their exposure to the Vivekananda Kendra's Karyakartas who had been going and serving the people. Well, friends, this is a very, very important area of the country. If you are thinking of a very strong, powerful, prosperous, forward-looking, important India that will be able to provide the leadership to the community of nations, we must focus on these areas of our country where probably we have still not been able to join the mainstream in the way that they have. And we have encouraged the people who are voluntarily working in a very sustained and in a very planned and an organized way in these areas. We have in every society in all times, we have got people who do the things that we all wish to do or aspire to do, but are not able to do. Chartered by people like this. There are many who can wish. There are many one who would like to do, but there are only few who venture out and do that. And I must say that the Vivekananda Kendra is one institution which had been carrying out with missionary zeal. And that's what I say that while I also went to the Middle East, to the Northeast in the early 70s, and a few years later, probably the Vivekananda Kendra people also joined. But there's a big difference. I was almost a mercenary, being a paid employee under this. Probably we also had the feelings of nationalism and patriotism, but of course, one of the things that you were a government servant, you were working there. But the people who came from Vivekananda Kendra were total missionaries. I was very happy that at the end of my career, I found that is, I converted to their fold, and I'm happy that they did not convert to mine. It's very good that is they're carrying out. Now, I do hope and I do wish that they will continue their activities in this region and particularly focus on the Northeast region. Since in the another 5 years, 5 to 10 years are going to be extremely important for this region. This is going to get connected. It is going to get connectivity with the international with the Southeast Asia. It is going to have the roads and the network of roads that are coming up. A lot of developmental activities have been initiated under the Ministry of Dornier. There are so many other initiatives that have been taken, and the insurgency is almost to an end now. The law and order is in a state of much better this thing. So we are, and this is an area which is free from crime otherwise. This is free, people do not indulge in the normal crimes that people are used to. People are with high values and others. And people are extremely hardworking, forward-looking, wherever in the rest of the country. They have gone and worked, they have done and made great careers for themselves. There have been people in the oil India services, there have been people in the sports, for example. They have been doing very well our football team and our Arcos and others from Manipur and others. They have been doing a splendid job. And not many people know that their contribution in India's independence movement and in this, it is the people of Assam who, Batukan and others, who really fought against the Mughals and were able to stop the march of the Mughals to the east. And they were the great warriors who had done this thing. People are very brave. Some of them who have joined the Indian Army in the forces, we find that they are one of our best soldiers. They are very intelligent, easily trainable, and bravery, discipline, values come to them very automatically. So I'm very happy that Vivekananda Kendra is working in this area, and I do hope that all of us who are attending this webinar and people those who are even beyond that will help them do the hand holding and do whatever they can, give them encouragement. They need a lot of our um, recognition, recommendation, and also the handholding, wherever we can do for the laudable work that they have done. Thank you very much to the organizers, and thank you very much to the audience for listening to me. Thank you very much.